Hello, my name is Leo Galland. I'm Head of Development and Research at Medicinals India Biotech, and I'm happy to be speaking at the Doctors Federation for the World Global Summit on November 11th till 15th. My topic will be the comprehensive analysis of disease pathways and protocols for the management of severe and multisystemic conditions arising in COVID-19 and spike protein illnesses and long COVID. I'm part of the Long COVID Coalition group, where we are collaborating in research, in developing of treatment protocols, organizing conferences, and also publishing peer-reviewed papers to come up with solutions for all these millions and patients and people suffering from these kind of conditions. In my presentation, I will start with viral entry and replication mechanisms because this virus is not very well known to most doctors, and so I want to build the bridge between symptoms, conditions, and the intricate, delicate, and detailed pathways. So here you see a flowchart that we developed where you see the 6 phases of COVID conditions, starting on the upper left with the viral phase, hypersensitivity, hyperinflammation, hypercoagulation, and then leading on the right side to organ damages, epigenetic dysregulation, cancers, metabolic disorders, autoimmune, and other conditions. You would see already some of the pictures that I will show and slides that I will have in the presentation showing the direct infection of many different organ systems. Another intricate behavior of this virus, infecting our gut bacteria, replicating and using them as a reservoir. Not very well known factor. Then you see filopodia and TNTs developing between the cells where the virus can travel and replicate and use these kind of tunnels to spread through the organism. This is the protocol that we have developed. It's not everything on here, but most of the, let's say, the common denominators that we could find in natural molecules, our own product, medicinals, plus a very long list of other dietary supplements, given that they have the right bioavailability, can help in all these conditions that you see on the left. You can see here the molecules we are using in our formulation, which have all been extensively researched and documented on their efficacy on antiviral properties, ranging everywhere from viral proteases inhibition to host cell receptor blocking, all the fusion enzymes, and intracellular replication mechanisms that can be covered with these molecules very successfully. I will talk now about immunodeficiency and immunosuppression that occurs in COVID conditions and spike protein illness. That means that our own immune cells are being infected, as you can see on these slides, and are being impaired in their function. Documentation on that that is currently under peer review, paper that has been written by our group on the immunosuppression and the conundrum that you have immunodeficiency and autoimmune disease occurring at the same time. Out of this immunodeficiency, we can now observe one of the biggest problems that we can see for this next winter is that the patients are not only getting reinfected with COVID or SARS-CoV-2 or Omicron, but that you see the strong rise of flu, RSV, and respiratory viruses. And many hospitals in the US, for example, are filled up, especially children suffering from opportunistic infections. How that works, we show here on various slides in my presentation. There are even now synergistics between RSV and influenza A viruses. We think that it is due to the immunodeficiency in the population through repeated Omicron infection and exposure to spike protein. Here you see what we have been working on over the past 2 years, not only in preventing COVID and infections, but also on other opportunistic infections ranging from bacteria all the way to borreliosis, candida, fungi, retroviruses, herpes, Epstein-Barr, cytomegalovirus, and other pathogens that can come in the slipstream of COVID. We are also investigating other supplements and treatment options. We are concentrating in our group mainly on nutraceuticals and dietary supplements. The next result of immunodeficiency and a secondary mechanism in COVID is the development of cancer, which we highlight here in several slides. And it will be part of our presentation to show how it comes about that we have documented so many cancer cases at the moment. So this is clearly a link between immunodeficiency that the immune system cannot control the cancer, and you have carcinogenic mechanisms leading to cancer being caused by the spike protein or by COVID conditions. Again, we are using phenolic compounds and natural molecules in stopping a disease progression and as a prophylactic measure more than anything. Currently, there is another group from the UTS Sydney working with our formulation, investigating the potency against cancer development and the possibility to stop cancer progression with these natural molecules. Another big field that we can observe today is thrombosis, microclotting, and strokes have been reported multiple times from all angles all over the world. And we go and take a very deep dive in how do these thrombi form and what is the fiber formation caused by. We have also another paper in peer review on that, where we are shining a light on the amyloid beta formation that plays together with neutrophil elastase and spike protein. And this can also lead to Neurocovid, where we can see that the same mechanisms are at play there. And we have just published a paper on underlying causes and treatment modalities for neurological deficits in COVID-19 and non-COVID. And this is a peer-reviewed publication where we are going into deeper details of one of the main mechanisms of thrombi formation. As you can see here, the amyloid formation is not only causative for the development of thrombi and microclotting, it's also causative in neurodegenerative disease. So we can see here the same microscopic pictures of coronaviruses in the CSF leading to this fiber formation. And these fibers are not easy to disaggregate. And that's one of the biggest challenges is now also to stop these kind of conditions from progressing and developing further. As you can see here, the SARS-CoV-2 directly infects our brain cells in manifold manners and leads to organ damages. The next section of organ damages we will shine a light on are going to be cardiovascular and myocardial damages, which again can lead to cardiac arrest or heart attacks and also fuel into the thrombosis development. Another topic, of course, is the hyperinflammation and hypersensitivity reactions resulting in COVID-19 and spike protein conditions. Also here we show a lot of results of different treatment protocols and how they can tackle this kind of problems. Protection of organs and also the restoring lung functions that you can even observe under the lung X-ray with a very rapid progression to healing. And here you can see also another trial we did on artificially induced heart attack. And on the left side, you see untreated heart muscle tissue under the microscope. And on the right side, you see treated animals. And you see a very big difference in how well these protocols can protect the tissue of the heart, myocardial tissue. So if you're interested in any further details, you can go to the website of the Long COVID Coalition. There you find around 12 to 14 hours of recordings of our past conferences. You can go to medicinals.com, our website, where you can find a lot of information on medicinals itself and the protocols. I'm very happy to see you at the Doctors Federation for the World Summit from November 11th till November 15th. Thank you for your attention.